This is the new Anambra State, where prudence and economy have become the hallmark of state business. It's not business as usual. Despite its lean resources, the government in place is trying to make every penny count. The government is directing its people to see their resources in the number and quality of services and facilities provided. It's laying the foundation for all future development in all sectors to bring about the much-needed integrated development in education, health, social and economic infrastructure. The government wants this state of firsts to be the first again. Will you help it? Let's join hands to build the Anambra state of our dreams.
There is a striking similarity between marketing and political leadership. If you don't implement the right strategies that will deliver results, you're certainly not going to be an acceptable brand. In Anambra State, life is going on at full throttle everywhere you go, which perhaps suggests that the Governor Peter Obi's administration has tweaked his strategies right to consistently deliver results.
He has gone into multi-sectoral development under ANITS, involving development of all areas, not just concentrating on one or two to earn some popularity. He's not interested in popularity. His work is speaking for him. For the first time in this state, a governor is embarking on water scheme, erosion control. He's gone into schools, hospitals, and foreign investors are getting more comfortable to come into Anambra State because of his financial prudence. MDGs, they have rated Anambra as either second or third in the whole country. And there's now federal presence in Anambra State.
He continues his prudent financial management, performing wonders, doing things that normally would have been deemed impossible with the lean resources that come to the state, because we are not an oil producing state. But he does so many things that people have continued to wonder up till now how he gets the money for it. It's a prudent management of financial resources that has done that.
It is so clear that he has a plan, he has a vision for Anambra State. And a walk around the state clearly shows some things on the ground in terms of educational institutions, hospitals, roads, and then some other things. It is so clear that something is happening in Anambra State.
He has helped to ensure that some of the state hospitals are sufficiently equipped, that they have regained their accreditation for residency programs and house pre-registration house job programs. Water project, he has tackling it piecemeal, and I think that's the way it should be done.
Words they say are cheap, so let the facts continue to speak. Fact: as part of an urban renewal strategy, he has cleared designated areas, provided roads, water, and facilities for electricity, all to lay the foundation for the emergence of new housing estates that will decongest Awka, the state capital. Fact: the agricultural sector has been boosted, with grants running into billions given to farmers to improve their produce. And for aspiring farmers, he has built new structures for better learning in the Anambra College of Agriculture. Fact: rural communities now have access to clean water through the government's small town and rural water schemes dotted throughout the state. Fact: the Obi administration has commenced the building of a new stadium in Awka, the state capital. Meeting the Millennium Development Goals has been a daunting challenge, considering the level of decay in the state's infrastructure when Obi assumed office almost 8 years ago. One of such challenges is the availability of clean, safe water in the state, as the water schemes built in the past were all dilapidated.
When we came on board, there's no functional water scheme in the entire state. Our approach became short-term, medium-term, long-term. What is the short-term position? Do as many boreholes as possible, especially within schools, which we are still doing some. As of today, we've been able to do approximately 500 boreholes. These are in different towns. You see it in our adverts, so the towns know they exist. And within schools and healthcare centers, because it's critical.
So Governor B wasted no time in tackling head-on the provision of water to ease the burden of the people, saying that access to safe drinking water has a direct bearing on the health and well-being of the people of Anambra State. Partnering with other developmental agencies like the European Union, UNICEF, and the federal government of Nigeria, the Obi administration, through the State Ministry of Utilities and Water Resources, has recorded successes by installing new water schemes, revamping and expanding existing ones in categories such as urban, rural, and small-town water schemes. One of such urban water schemes successfully rehabilitated and expanded is the Okika Odoka water scheme, with 100,000 surface tanks pumped by boosters to an elevated reservoir of 100,000 gallons. Residents of the area now have potable water in their houses, with water meters attached to record consumption for easy and accurate billing. The Akuzu Ifite water scheme is on stream, with the capacity to supply water to parts of Akuzu and Dunu in Oyi and Dunukofia local government areas respectively. It has installed a surface tank of 50,000 gallons, 3 boreholes, and 2 new 150 horsepower boosters. It has the capacity to pump water through a reticulation of nearly 10 kilometers. To cover other parts of Dunukofia and Njikoka, the Njikoka-Dunukofia water scheme is now functional. It has an elevated reservoir of 100,000 gallons being supplied by 2 new boreholes. It also has a 350 kVA standby generator. The water scheme currently supplies water to Ukbo, Aba, and some parts of Abagana and its environs. Another major achievement of the Obi administration in the area of water supply is the successful rehabilitation of the Obizi Uga Regional Water Scheme. Water from the Obizi Natural Spring is pumped into a treatment plant, where it is further pushed by boosters to 14 nearby towns. Water from this facility is stored in various elevated reservoirs, some far away as Ibuku, Akbo, Oyeuga, Ekulobia, Isofia, and Ukpologu, all in Agwata local government area. Residents of Nnewi are not left out in this scheme, as they now enjoy clean potable water in their households, as the Obi administration, through the Anambra State Water Corporation, has successfully rehabilitated the Nnewi Zonal Water Scheme that has not been functional for years. The reservoir holds up to 200,000 liters of water. The unique feature of the Ubaha Amensi water scheme in Agwata local government is that it is powered by solar energy and has a 3,000-gallon storage tank. With over 180 of such schemes dotting the state, the governor has put them onto the Water Sanitation Health Committee, RUWASA, of each benefiting community to ensure security and proper maintenance.
We always buying tanker waters, or we go to Achina here and get drinking water before. Yeah. But now, we are very happy. We are not going any other place to purchase water. There is water here now, done by Ruasa.
In this area, water is the most precious commodity. Water can sell as much as the man who has it puts it. So people are very, very happy. Before now, people think that there is no water underground water in this area. But this government have proved them wrong. We have this kind of facility here, one up there, and 3 other places that are powered with generator. But we have 2 that are powered with solar. So it is really a very big thing. People are very happy because it has never happened before.
Still under the Millennium Development Goals initiative, a total of over 500 water schemes have been installed in various schools and health centers throughout the state, providing clean, safe water to students and primary health institutions. When Obi assumed office, the local government's infrastructure were either dilapidated or non-existent. So for those who lived in the rural areas, reaping the benefits of democracy was something they only imagined but never experienced. Today, the story is different, as those local governments that didn't have befitting infrastructure now have, and those whose structures were in shambles now wear a new look. Onitsha North local government now operates from its own complex with 2 new administrative blocks befitting a local government council. Other structures are still under construction to accommodate more departments for better service delivery. The same goes for Dunukofia local government, as it now enjoys this beautiful edifice built in collaboration with the state government. In this complex, apart from the new admin block, they have a new IGR office, traditional rulers council hall, and a magistrate court.
In the past, if you look at the level of development in the local government so far, if you look at the level, you'll find out that in the past, when we had the local government chairman, they are not being supervised. If you compare the level of development, you can see that it's higher now. Much has been done in the local government system.
Other local governments like Oka South and Njikoka local governments that already had structures but were dilapidated or run down. The state government also collaborated and gave their complexes not only a complete facelift but built new structures to accommodate the various local government departments that cater for the needs of the people.
The democracy, we talk about getting to the grassroots. I think Njikoka is one of the places you go and appreciate what has been done by the government. We have good health centers built, new ones, by this government. And you know, health, people get sick and need attention. We have doctors also that attend to that, especially we make use of even the coppers, the doctors and nurses. We use them effectively in this. And then we have roads, good road networks. 6 communities, we have 6 communities in this local government. And they are all connected with nice roads. We have water, of course. We have water. We have schools. We renovated and built new schools, both secondary, primary.
If you look at projects done by the local government in connection, in synergy with the state government, you find out we've done a lot. Those projects can speak for themselves. Look at them all over the place. The health, the education, the boreholes and whatever, you know. So we've done a lot. His management is overwhelming. I don't know how he's been able to get these funds. I know these funds don't come from the federation account, the money they give to us, but he finds a way to get this fund from counterpart funding or from donor nations or whatever. But he has empowered us a lot. We've done roads in synergy with the state, the ones we've done ourselves. it has never been this good.
The Obi administration didn't stop there, as it went further to partner with the local government in the provision of other basic infrastructure that impact directly on the lives of the rural dwellers. A few years ago, Governor Obi was convinced that the decline in education and the high level of decay in schools was as a result that government could not maintain the moral discipline set by missionaries when they established these schools in Nigeria. He then returned 1,040 schools back to the missionaries, their original owners. He, however, gave them funds to rehabilitate and build new infrastructure, as well as provide buses to enhance mobility. However, these secondary schools at Uli, Ihiala local government of Anambra State, are now under the control of a diocese in Imo State. But not to deny the students, many of whom are probably Anambarians, the Anambra State government has continued to give them financial assistance to renovate the rundown structures as well as build new infrastructure.
I've not seen such thing being done before, but it is in this era of the P2B, the governor of Anambra State, that I've seen it, money being given to schools without the government bringing contractors or those who will carry out the project. And he has entrusted the principals to carry on the work using the directives being given to them under direct labor so that they can supervise and see that the money is being used judiciously. When Mr. Governor Peter Obi was funding such mission schools, I think he thought it wise, and I'm praising him that he was also funding here, being that here is also in Anambra State. He didn't mind that here is Nolo Diocese. I think we are talking of Peter Obi as the governor of Anambra State, and Uli is in Anambra State. Now, you can see the trade buildings fully renovated with 10 million naira. I should think that if it were to be given on contract, the 10 million naira wouldn't have achieved as much. It's just he funded the thing through the schools, the principal, the managers, the proprietors, and all that. And because of the direct labor, much was achieved. I think his thoughts about this is very commendable. If it were to be on contract basis, little would be achieved. But when you go from school to school that were funded as Uli High School, the result will be there, very, very clear.
One predominant feature of the economy of Anambra State is its small and medium-scale enterprises that provide employment for a sizable number of its youth population. The impact of regular electricity supply on the growth of SMEs cannot be overemphasized. To ensure that this sector continues to contribute significantly to the growth of the state's economy, Governor Obi has distributed and installed hundreds of transformers to practically all communities and towns in the state, not only to boost business activities in these areas, but also to enhance the quality of life of the Anambra people. From electricity, let's take a look at housing. In an attempt to decongest the state capital, the Obi administration, through the Anambra State Housing Development Corporation, has created new layouts for those interested in building houses. The Ngozika Estates 1 and 2 are witnessing massive patronage as a new residential area has emerged. Its success is due to the fact that the government has provided in these areas the basic infrastructure. The well-mapped-out estates have been provided with good roads, serviced with high and low-tension electric installations to sustain electric supply. It also has its own water scheme, supplying potable water into each house. In the area of sports and youth development, the Obi administration has recorded many achievements since he assumed office. The state government supports sports development by providing the much-needed infrastructure to enhance performance in sports development. The success of Anambra's sportsmen and women include clinching gold medals at the 2012 Youth Fund Organized Football Championship by the Anambra male under-16 and female under-18 who won the tournament. The under-16 team represented Nigeria in the 2013 championships in Oslo, where they reached the quarter-final stage. In the just concluded 6th National School Sports Competition, Anambra State came third for the first time ever. In the third edition of the Southeast Cricket Competition, the two state clubs in Anambra came first and second.
So far, so we don't have any stadium in this Anambra State, but as it is now, we have the one that built by Mr. Pito. We don't have any football team or whatever, but now he's forming Anambra United Club. It's very, very impressive. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very happy. Even people inside this market are talking better of Pito. The man is trying. In fact, I'm impressed.
Encouraged by this, the governor has approved the construction of a mini sports complex in Awka. Phase 1 is already at an advanced stage. The completion of the sports complex will have facilities for various indoor and outdoor sporting events.
And we have phase 1 and 2. Phase 1, which we are now handling, consists of the driveway, the car park, the grandstand, and the pitch. That is the phase 1. Then the phase 2, you have the indoor hall, swimming pool, the hostels, that is for the athletes when they come to camp. You can recall, we did Awka North Stadium, we did Awka South Stadium, Onitsha North Stadium, or Onitsha South Stadium. And that tells you the governor's intention. Because if he doesn't have any good intention for sports or sporting activities in Anambra, he wouldn't have, in the first place, started thinking of the stadium